Welcome to Forms. So the first thing we're doing is we're going to add the placeholder text into a text box. So the basic way that we have the form is there's two pieces. There's the label, which is kind of a text outside, and then there's the input where you actually type in your text, right? So the default is type equals text, and so this first one, I don't even have that written, but it's still a text box. I can put that in type equals text. Doesn't change anything. The placeholder text is not required, but a lot of times it's helpful, right? So for instance, the label would be uh, full name, and then in the text holder placeholder, let's say we wanted it last name comma first name, so then we go John comma Greg, which is both first names. That's confusing. Hold on. Doe comma John. Right, so that placeholder text can be used to help clarify what it is that's being looked for. Now on the assignment, there's a list of the different input types. So what we want to do is go through and figure out which one's which. So the first one, it wants text that should appear as bullets. It should be a secret, right? Which most of the time, if I'm writing my password, we don't want people to know that my password is password because it's a security issue. So there's a different input type. And this is just the code to make bullets appear. We'll learn about special characters later, but for now, let's just add into this type password, right, which it is here on this list. So now when I refresh, it's just bullets. And then let's go ahead and add a placeholder text. Make sure caps lock is off. Generally, you don't see placeholders in a password box, but it's possible to do. All right, so we have some clickable entries, a box that can be checked, and a circle that can be selected. The box can be checked is relatively straightforward because there's the checkbox, second one. For this next one, circle that can be selected, I don't see anything on this list that immediately says to me, oh, hey, that's probably a circle that can be, oh, not the K in there, selected. All right, so let's refresh real quick. So here's my box that can be checked. So for the circle, let's go to the link for input type. And then we can scroll down through here. Input type's wrong tab. All right, so as we scroll down, here's our first name, last name. Here's the username where you can see the username, but not the password. Input type submit, what that actually is the button that you click to submit the form. And this is pretty cool here because if I click submit, you'll see this is actually the information that's being sent to the back end where the data is being processed. Right. So, and we'll talk about that later. For now, we're just worrying about the type, right? Type text, type text. That's the attribute we're worried about right now. So input type reset. All that does is it deletes. Oh, it's not. So if I do something else and reset, it goes back to that default value. Input type radio. So here's the radio buttons. Which radio buttons you're only allowed to click one of them, right? So if I click CSS, it deselects HTML. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. All right, so the HTML, right? I click one, it doesn't let me select the others. While with the checkboxes, stop scrolling. I can have multiple. I have a car, I have a bike, I have a boat. I don't. Okay, so this one for the circles, that's what it's talking about, these radio buttons. So when you're done, I'm going to hit save. Let me refresh. On here, we've got a screenshot. Beneath the screenshot, there's this example where it shows everything we're looking for. Color picker, where you can select the colors, date and time, where it's this one you can't do. See how these ones all have placeholder text already, and it's let's scroll over. All right, these ones with the date and time, you can't put in a placeholder text because they already need the placeholder text to require, hey, this is month, then day, then year. And I've actually never seen this select week one being used, but I thought it was pretty cool. So for the numbers one, I put in a placeholder text, and then when I click up or down, I can add numbers. If I try to type, it will not accept any value that's any key that's not a number. But the number I can type. Slide bar lets me select a range. Reset button. Removes, right? So if I had that up all the way and I had some numbers in there, hit reset, puts it back. And then the restricted stuff, if I do an email address, that it flags when I submit, being like, hey, that's not an email. It's not a, it still flags this one. This one's not a URL. And then this one, the telephone one, it won't flag automatically unless you set specific formatting. But those are the ones. The submit button isn't going to be working right now. We have to do more for that. Once you've got that done, we'll go to labels.